and welcome back to my video and day 14 of our rail track Secluded city. It actually feels like this one's gone quite fast. I mean, I'm sure it hasn't, but it feels a bit that way. Alright, so we're going to finish this off and get those sitting there. So a couple of things to do. We have this spire here, which is going to go on top of this one. So let's get that on. I'm not 100% sure why I'm using wood glue in reality, but I am. And then this one goes, well, let's get it on first. And we also need to put on the cover of it, the black, so cover up that black. So this one just literally sits on the top there. And then we have this, let's not use wood glue for that. Although we will be needing that wood glue very soon. So I probably should have put this on actually before I put it on, but well, that made a lot of sense, didn't it? I know what I mean. A bit of beacon and put that on there. Just line all that up again, push that down. I think we'll be okay. Feels like this is up a little bit, doesn't it? Windy again here. Should make you feel nice and toasty when you hear all this wind going up my way. I feel toasty inside. Anyway. And then I'm going to put the lid on that and we will work with these parts. So let's get this lid on. I think all the glue's gone on the inside, but it'll be okay. Okay, so like so. Right, these ones you have the ones with ends. Let's do the page. We flit over so many pages yesterday. So the ones which are this front and this back has the ones with the feet on them, like so. So I just need some glue there at the bottom and probably along here would be my guess. And that's just going to sit here out the way on the ground over here, like so. A bit more to the edge, evidently, like this. And then we have two single ones, and this one goes here, and the other one goes the other side. And there's just saying line up where this is compared to that one here. So just line them up. I'm not going to put that in yet. I'm going to put this one in, which is the opposite side, so exactly what I just done, but on the other side. And then I'm going to switch to B7000 so that hopefully it stays in place a bit quicker. So again, line this up. This one's had a bit of a break. They weren't the easiest to get out of the form. The green seems to be quite weak to get out of the forms in comparison than the other colours that I've done. So I had quite a few like chips or breaks and things like that. A little bit more fragile, that's the word. Okay, and then we will. So this one's kind of the worst looking, so let's put that on this side. So I'm going to use B7000 now. Potentially should have done this before I put them on as well. And you just want to make sure that the bits sticking out are the ones which are attached. Which is easier said than done because this one needs more to move. want to stay, is it? And it's also too high up. Okay. So you want it kind of level here, I think that's the idea. Even though it's wood glue, use a little bit of that. And this time I'm just going to go along here instead. Oops, there's that whole thing. Okay. So something like so. Alright, I'm going to give that a moment. I'm going to hold it for a bit. Alright, so while those are having their moment, let's put some stuff on the inside. So we're going to start with our little coat rack, which kind of goes towards the back. So I'm going to do that from the side here because I have a bit of access. I don't know if I have enough access. I'm going to have to turn it. I thought I was being clever that you and I could see at the same time, but I don't think that's what happened. So I'm just going to put it a bit away from the door because that makes the most logical sense to me. So right at the back there that you can't even see. There you go, you can just about see it now. Okay, and then we have this unit, and it looks, how they have it in is this way, but it's in the corners, so you wouldn't actually see any of this because obviously I've put them on facing the wrong way, I guess. Like the whole thing, which is so bizarre. I mean, like they've got this teddy on this end, just everything's like the opposite. Actually, I'm going to go and check on that. I can't have got that far wrong. Hold on. Alright, I was wrong. I did it the opposite of what they suggested. So there you go. So what I'm going to do instead is put it towards the front. I know the piano's going to come in here. So I'm going to put it at the front. More, instead of going in this way, I'm going to have it, although I could do that from the other side actually. Let's do that. So I'm going to have it going through here. And then the piano, so I've just swapped sides with them. In reality, that's all I've done. So the piano should be this side, and this unit should be that side. And then let's get that piano in, and I'll show you what we're doing. Because you're probably not seeing too much of this, I can imagine. Very cute piano. I have pulled not all of the parts to finish this, but I've pulled a lot of them. But they're an awful lot of that train is quite intricate in reality. Oh, let's knock that unit all over the place. And there's probably a reason why it's on the other side, not where I'm putting it. I want to stand up right. Okay, I'm not sure it's got enough glue on it anymore. We'll give it a mo. If needed, I'll take it out and put some back in, but I can just do that. And then we have our little cat with the stool, which will sit in front of it. So I have it somewhere like so. Okay, let me fix that. Okay, so while that is doing that and taking, so I'm just going to leave it to one side, we will start on this piece, which is for a porch. You can't see what I'm pointing to, but it's for a porch. outside the side door, and we have another little cat going to go in there, very cute too. Need a picture frame to go on one of these, and basically this should, famous last words, not take too long. So let's get the right glue and pieces of paper. So the longer ones are both sides, and then this one is just one side, and you want it to go over the notch there. I'll check if they're both the same size actually, I can't remember. The piece of paper, I mean. And there. Okay. So you want to do it at the bottom, so it goes over a little catch there. And same with this one. Go and shut my door, which is wide open in this weather, because Madam has come in. Get that one lined up as well. That also goes over the end. That's very crooked. There we go. Then on here. I don't think it matters which one you're putting on which side on this, as long as you have a matching pair as such. So outside wall. Inside, outside wall too. Well, I was calling it the inside then. Oh, totally moved it. Like, turn them over. She's very playful. She is. I say it now, I think she's going to want the covering up. But then directly I move to close the door, she will move. Okay, and we have to put a frame around here. So, okay, we'll get that frame on and we'll get this in. It'll take a moment, I will go and sort out Madam. Right, let's put this frame on. And again, they get you to put the roof together before putting them on the model, but I don't see the logic in that. Oh, bless her. So I put the cover on her and she moves away from it and then asks me to put it on again. Oh, now she's complaining. Okay, so it's like so. Then let's bring the model back in, and this will complete this part. We are actually zooming quite a lot. So this is all going on here. So you've got your piano around the corner there. This will go in here. Most of that paper's good. So this one, I believe, goes here, like so. It doesn't actually tell you which one goes where, so that's the assumption, is this one with the picture pointed inwards goes here, because I think I can see a tiny bit of that picture in the photo. Okay, leave this again to me. Sometimes these things are a little bit difficult demonstrating, a lot of times. And then I think it has the, yeah, it has the line, this line at the bottom. Okay. So again, on the inside. Then we have these two, so let's put this one on first. here, isn't it, as well? I'm really holding it. Kind of a bit irritating. Right, let me have this towards me, guys, so I can hold it. Oh, wow. That wall was very crooked. Should have told me. Okay, let me get this in because I'm not going to be able to show you, I don't think, without me messing it up. So, 1 sec. Okay, didn't take a second when it was facing me, so a lot easier. And then from here we put this on. Where does this one go? They go in 2 different spots. Okay, this one goes by the looks of it on the. Okay, you put this one in and then you put the other one in. All in the same sort of area. So again, it does have a pattern one way. Glues again, a bit weird. Okay, so let's pop that in there, like so, and that roof actually lands on it nicely. So it goes underneath that roof, and then this one goes actually on top of it. And then we put a cap in the door, and this whole section is done, I think. Can't recall anymore. Check that. A bit higher up. Cat. Come on, kitty. B7000 on my hand that didn't want me to let go. And that's what it will end up looking like. Alrighty, so let's see what is next. Okay, we need a fruit basket to go next to, I believe. And then we are putting some brooms in as well. Let's go grab those. And then we're making, it's like a cradle, really. It looks like a cradle. I mean, I'm sure it's not. It looks kind of like a cradle with a few bits and pieces in, and I'm not 100% sure where those are going. So, 1 second, let me get those bits. Okay, first things first. Quite a few bits and pieces. So we need this, and we need the signpost, which has gone somewhere else. Probably put it into another pot, and we will need these. Maybe it's not the signpost. No, it's this. It's the lamp. Okay. And then this is all to do with the little thing we need to make. So let's get these in. A bit of wood glue, I think, will be fine. It's going to just sit here while we make the other thing. It's going to go in this far corner in front of the window, like so, with the light in front of it. That was one shaky hand. It's actually all sticking to my thumb. I'm guessing my thumb has a lot of B7000 on it. It was looking alright. Get rid of some of that glue because there's a lot of glue down here. I know you're not seeing much right now. And then we have 2 brooms, which are going to go this side here. Again, these are already made, at least we didn't have to make them. That's my point of view. That sounds a good plan. A couple at all today. Let me get those in and I'll show you. Kind of cool little brooms there. Bad decor. Should have the smaller one in front here. I'm trying to put the bigger one in front here. Like so. A couple of good old witches brooms going on down here. Okay, so that's that. Now we are on to making like a cradle. Quite fascinating. It's all made out of cardboard, which is a bit concerning, but let's get this to one side. And now it's all about little bits and pieces going on at the moment. Let's see, can I put this on yet? No. No, I think it's in another pot, because I think we're far away from doing that. Oh, I see where this goes now. This goes down here. Are those stools? That's the word. So let's get those on. There's a very wobbly wheel on here. Don't know if I'd want to use this cart. And it goes right down here. And we're going to be sorting out wiring soon. And getting all the lights actually wired up, so we should be able to have time for that today. Right, let's pop that to one side. Pull you back in. Okay, first things first. So bizarre. We are putting this on here. I wonder why they just don't give you the paper like this, or a piece of card with it already decorated on, rather than using the black. Because like all those roof parts didn't have to be in two parts either, really. Like so. Looks really cool though. I'll show you in a sec. Look how cool that is. Very beautiful pictures. Okay, and then it folds under, it appears, and this folds under like so, and then it's all glued right to here. Okay then, first we use this, make it a little speedier. Like so. Let's get this one going as well then. And over here, I guess they meet up somehow. Something like so. Kind of cool there. As I say, it looks a bit like a cradle. It's already pre-scored, so you don't need to score it or anything. Okay, I have no idea where it goes. It gets you to make it. Oh, is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I see where it's going to go. Or do I? It goes near to the train track on the upper level. Okay, and then we are going to put in our gift boxes. So these are both going to go. Oh, actually, before that, we need feet on it. So they don't push in, and I did think that they were needing to be pushed in, but they don't. Helps if they're a bit straight there. Okay, I think I'm going to have to give that a moment because it doesn't want to take. One of them's fine. The other one, maybe I need to have removed the nodule bit. Let's try that again then. Might make it a bit easier. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then let's just use beacon. It's all paper elements. And then we'll be able to put this on. So you pop your parcel in, put this one on top, cover it with newspaper things, which mine are all very colourful. Guess I used all the plain ones. Have them sticking up in different directions behind me, like so. Pretty that up a bit, something like that, and then that goes on the model. Let's see, I believe back here, up here. I don't know what's meant to be going on with these wires. I'm assuming we're meant to, you can't see, I'm assuming we're meant to have tidied these up, so I guess I'll get that done. But this goes in here. So let me get those wires tidied up and get that in, and I'll show you. Okay, tidied those up, got it in. So I took the cart out of down here by the stalls because that is not where it goes, but this is where that goes. So pop that in. So that does go in here. However, this cart goes outside the train station, a bit more to the front, like so, and on top of which we have a sign, which, oh, this is never going to stay upright. Oh, it's meant to go in a base. Ha, didn't get the base, hold on. Alright, so this goes in here, and we have a little train sign, which sticks in it. Or not. Now I have to use a different piece actually, so maybe this one's just not going to fit very well on here. Because I could not find the original. Throw my tweezers on the floor. Good enough. We're not going to be touching this for a moment. That says train both sides, so we're okay. So that's where that goes. We will now make some stairs, and then we are on to dealing with the electrics. So we can pop this to one side. And again, not sure how much you saw of that. However, these are our stairs, and they are going to go right by the battery box. As you can see, I haven't rubbed any of them down. Okay, and then we are so close to now doing the train. After we've done the electrics, I believe it's the last thing we will do to the model, other than making the train. So we want, this is the top, where it's got that sort of end is the top, this is the bottom, it's going to go like so, and the runners are all the same, doesn't matter which ones you do. So them in on one side. Flat against the board. Give them a second and then go to the other side. And it's going to go this way on the wall. So it's going to be like this on the wall. So this will be therefore the outside. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that it pokes the right way. And all these pieces are the same numbers, there's no difference between any of them. I'm going to sort the wiring. Won't be long now. And then onto the train. But that train, I was pulling pieces for it last night, and that train is very detailed. I don't know that I've ever done quite the detailed train that I've done on this one. I'd like the red to have been a little bit more red. It's kind of dark red type thing, a bit like that window we did yesterday, I think. That colour red, same piece of wood. I'd like for it to have been a little bit of a better colour, red, a bit brighter, but that is what we have. So now I'll just put the top one on and line it all up. Could have done wood glue really. It's going to go that way. It's a bit more awkward than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be pretty straightforward. Not 100%. A little bit more tricky to line up than anticipated. Roughly in position and then I can push them down. This one definitely doesn't want to play. What does that one? Are they now all in almost? So you end up something like so. Okay. And that goes on. Let's see, where is it going? It looks very grey in the photograph. It's definitely not grey. Unless we're meant to have had it covered with any paper. No, we're not. Oh, I need another signboard. Didn't have that with me either. Okay, and this goes up here, like so, onto catching on here. So let's get you out the way. So it's going to go under that lip, I believe. Let's get glue on the top and the bottom. So something like so. glue for the wall. Let go of me. Alright, let me just check that it's caught at all. I think it's fallen off. Alright, the staircase is on. So next we have to do all the electrics, which you have seen me do before, but I will do it with you. I brought 2 wire nuts, a yellow, which is bigger than these ones, because if I struggle with one, then I'm going to pop it in the other. So I'm going to give this moment to dry, because I want to make sure everything's ready before I'm messing around with these. But this generally is where everything should be. I need a signpost. And that was going to go, I saw where it was going to go and now I can't see it. Bum, 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 bum. A signboard. It goes in this far corner, so I need to find that. And like I said, I did actually use another piece for that train sign at the back here. Don't know where the other one went, so hey ho. Alright, I'll be back in a moment for the wiring. Alright, let's get the wiring done. So, what you want is, just like we've done in the past, is we want the whites and the greys together. So, get a few of these out the way. Don't need them to be so long, but you can if you're nervous about cutting them and things like that. Totally understand. But if you don't mind, then give them a trim. There'll be less wires in the end. And then you have to re-strip them. So I'll move on ahead and get the rest of that done and then come back. And they should all be a little bit tidier. Keep the spares if you do it this way. You just never know if you're going to need them, as you've seen before. Alright, be back in a moment. Okay, so then they're all roughly the same, or mine are close enough. Then you're going to gather all the greys, which is quite difficult to see in this light, and all the whites together. So all the greys with other greys and the whites with other whites. So those are both grey, that's a white, this is a grey when it wants to join the party. So I'm going to get those all gathered and we will take it from there. Won't be a moment. Alright, and just to help you out, because I had to go and check, it should be 6 of each colour, assuming you did the extension for meeting up the other 3. So in total we actually have 9 bulbs on this. Shame we didn't actually have one on the train. That would have been pretty cool, but although I'm not sure how they would have connected it, would have been nice to have had one on it somehow, but obviously we do not. So then just line them all up so that the ends are together. Give them a quick twist. Now if you're using paper, and then we are going to need the black one of here. If you're using paper, you would wrap it with that now. I don't like the ends of these boxes. You'll hardly see any wire from it at all. And you would wrap your paper around, and that would be it done. So I'm going to try this one, see if it's big enough. I don't think so. I think I'm going to have to go with yellow, which is the biggest one I have. And if you're using wire nuts, just twist, 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 twist. We are going to be hoping and praying that this works, because I have not tested those wires for quite some time. And you know, it would have, oh no, I didn't have the black with it. Gosh darn it. Make sure your box wire is actually attached with it all. I mean, if you have the wires a bit longer, it gives you a little bit more room, but I actually don't think these are too short. Just making sure I haven't caught a white one. Right, back in the tip. Okay, that one's done. So now I'm going to use the red wire on these ones, and this one has a little bit more of an end to it on that red wire compared to that, and this is attaching to the white wires. The white and grey are really actually quite hard to tell the difference on. and then if you're using wire nuts, just pop them over the end and screw them on. If you're using paper, then you'll be wrapping them around at that point. Some people are really good at the paper. Right, and then we hope and pray that we have something. So let's see, make sure my batteries are in. Well, we have something. Definitely have some lights going off. Yep, we got 3 on this section, which is what we had before it went under that railing. And then one in that clock tower. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's actually really cool, that clock tower. One in that room, one at the bottom there. That is really awesome looking. Alrighty, so we will leave that for today. And then tomorrow we can start on this train. Like I said, the train is very intricate. It's a lot of detail. I doubt we may get it done in one day, more likely 2. And I'm just going to fit this battery box back here and it will be ready. Alright, so like I say, that's where we're going to leave it. I mean, I think it looks fantastic. We've done, got a lot done. We are now onto the train. We have done everything we need to do here. I don't think I've got any little bits left that I can recall. We will be onto the detailed train. I'm not sure, like I say, if there's any other little bits to go on, but I don't think so. I think it's the train on the train now. Like I say, shame it doesn't have lights of its own, but it doesn't. And here we are. So thank you very much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you for day 15. Hopefully we will get it finished tomorrow. I think it's going to be day 16. Do leave any comments. I do appreciate you all, and I will always get back to your comments. Do like and subscribe if you haven't already. It does help the channel massively. And most of all, take care of yourself. Just realised I left that on. All right, take care of yourselves. Take care, guys. Bye bye now.